Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Vero. My name is Ron Della Cuesta. I am your student's Algebra 2 instructor. In Algebra 2, we are doing Algebra 1 for the most part, but adding some to that, so Algebra 2 is a little bit more advanced, as well as a lot of new concepts. In the class, because of how it's structured now with the block days, we'll cover 2 lessons a day for the most part. And by doing that, the first lesson I give them time in class to do. And then the second lesson, after about halfway through the class, I go through and then give them some time, but maybe not as much, and it turns into homework. So every day, your student that we have class, when we meet every other day, we'll have some kind of homework because of the 2 lessons a day, because block schedule is basically 2 classes that we're meeting in one particular day. As far as homework goes, I grade homework on correction as well as completion. What that means is I usually assign anywhere from 9 to 15 problems, not so they can work on them in class and not have too much homework after school. But I grade about 3, maybe 4 problems of those that represent what I would put on a quiz or on a test. This allows students to not have a bad grade on the homework assignment if they miss them, but at the same time understand what they are missing and be able to correct those. Now, I also allow students to correct those problems so they can actually raise their assignment grade. But more importantly is that they learn the material and understand what mistakes they're making so they're prepared for a quiz or a test. So their assignment grades really should be a A+ because they have the opportunity to correct them. And I allow them to correct their assignments all up till the day we take the test. Once we take the test, I no longer allow them to correct it because we want to move forward at that point. But assignments are done mostly in class, with a portion of them to be done at home, and all assignments are due by the end of the day. So what this allows students to do, or when you're looking at grades in Canvas, you might see a 9 out of 10 on homework assignments, and that looks good, it's a 90%, and look like they're doing well. But technically, if I'm grading 3 problems, they're getting a 66% on their homework. I'm just not punishing them in their grade yet. And so I would be concerned if they're getting 9s, because those problems will end up on my test or quizzes, and then when they're weighted as much as they are on a quiz or a test, that could cause a problem. So I just want you to be aware of that when you see the grades in Canvas and understand what that means. If they're getting anything lower than a 9, then they're really struggling, and hopefully the first thing we want to instruct them to do is to correct them, and they can get help in class because we have more time. And by correcting those problems, the grade will raise, and the quiz and hopefully test scores will improve. Now the other side of that is if they're doing very well on their assignments and they're getting 10s, and yet they are not doing well on quizzes or tests, then they're probably not doing the homework on their own. And I'm not saying that they're cheating, but sometimes they get help, and the help doesn't help them if they're not knowing how to do the problems, because the tests and quizzes are the same questions. I pretty much repeat a lot of the same questions, sometimes the same exact numbers, just to see if they know how to do it on a test or a quiz. So I would suggest that they correct the problems and find out why they're missing the mistakes. The other suggestion is that I do put instructional videos that are built into the assignments of the same exact problems that I do in class. So if they're not getting what I'm saying because I'm going too fast, or maybe they just want to listen and then watch it later and do their notes, I provide those instructional videos. So hopefully this helps in understanding how the class runs, the homework that they're going to have, and the grading. If you have any further questions, you can email me at ron.delacuesta@bbhs.org, and I'll be happy to help. Thank you very much, and let's have a successful year.